Here we go. We're back in force for our um normal game, October 10th, 2024. We're just discussing about what's going on and what we're going to do. So now we're going to have evidence for all the players to listen to and be informed going forward.
Hi guys, I'm back. I took a mental health
Welcome
break
back.
and I'm back. I'm feeling good. And I'm not gonna be fired from my job because I love my job and they're great. I love it so much. I'm very happy what I do.
We're not going to get court-martialed.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Anyways, since Davy slash Sykes is not here, we should take this opportunity to sacrifice him and position him outside of the pyramid to navigate the pups inside to so we can get a visual to see what's on the inside of the pyramid. And that is recorded and documented now. That Luca's idea.
I'm just waiting.
I don't think we should start sacrificing folks yet.
Well, it's not it's a light sacrifice. Not like a warlord sacrifice. This is like it's like a snack. It's like an hors d'oeuvre,
Hmm.
tapas.
Oh, this girl, man. She's all about killing people.
We're not killing him yet. That's my husband in game.
Oh,
And
that's right. You guys are married now too.
yeah, so like I got to make sure that he's protected, but like somebody's got to do it, and he's not here to say no right now.
Insurance money.
Exactly.
Just
Okay,
send what was the
I
name?
got you.
Zoo in there or Woo or whatever.
No, what was that?
Just send the Brigadier General or whatever. The Woo or whoever is like the warlord put in charge of being our bodyguard escorts.
You would think, right?
With all of the people that they sent into that pyramid prior to us, right? No one's come back.
Nope.
Has on top of that, has no one been able to give a report? Have they not been in communication like up until a point of something happening within the pyramid? Like, I know there's got to be like calm with previous, people that have gone in there. What was what You know what I mean? Like if you're on the phone with somebody and they get into an accident, you hear the accident, you know what's going on. There's like there had to have been something coming back, information that we could use, right?
We got a bad rep with
What
them
the
right now.
layout is, what they're going through.
I don't know if they'd be willing to give us video footage, considering that we got two of their homies killed.
I mean,
Did we get them killed or did their own incompetence get them killed?
right?
No, I think it was us because we did a really damn good job of that.
Just disappeared off the face of their things. One of them got convinced they were schizophrenic and hallucinating.
Yeah, like I said, we did a really good job.
Yeah. All right, what page is this? All right, so we know that we're here. You have both ships sitting there, right? You know that, right? You're sitting there in the upper quadrant. Where's that? Oh, I don't have it. Oh, yeah, I do have it. So your ships are over here, and you guys had met with the Marines, or yeah, the Royal Marines are over here. That's when you had guys kind of got back together. Sykes had gotten captured, taken to the warlord compound, and then he got driven back and dropped off. I remember all that, right? Yes.
Yeah, he was down by the gallows and where he got picked up. And they did whatever they did with him. And as they were, I guess, bringing him back to where the ships are landed, we were sneaking over to to the old Marine bunker, and then that's when we saw Sykes in the back of the truck, and we went, "Oh shit!" So we went over and saw the Royal Marines, and then we came back, and party has commenced board ship.
What's the next step, y'all?
Well, the Marines were getting ready to blow something up,
As we do.
They wanted to blow up
And-
the control tower.
and we convinced them to hold off for a minute because we were going to do something, but I don't remember what that something was.
We wanted to come back and let our friends know what's going on because they were gonna go blow it up that night, and we convinced them to hold off until the next day's night because they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go blow up the control tower tonight. You guys want to come?" And we're like, "We should probably go inform Sykes and Captain Gunny and everyone else."
Captain Penny.
You guys also find out about Drupal. The UPP folks, which I think you mentioned. You did?
Yes, the UPP. How there's a UPP contingent here, and these guys aren't actually UPP. They're CMC or CMC. They're just the Chinese. It's a Chinese warlord.
Charlie Alpha November Charlie. CANC.
CAMC. That's what it was.
Put this on the stairs. I can still hear you guys. Oh, Lord. Have mercy on my soul. So, Vladimir walks in, kind of like this, sits down. So, what is the plan?
Oh shit, I forgot that you were here.
And he looks at you. I'm the one that made the Porsche.
Well, bro, I
made the Porsche.
sorry.
Noodles and beef. No, it's okay.
I don't see you anymore.
I'm right here. See?
Hey, Vladimir, you want to help me out with something? I'll walk back after seeing him like walk in and sit down from the group of the refugees. I feel like I got up in arms.
What you need?
You want to help teach these people how to shoot properly? Make a better use out of force.
I mean, I could, but we don't have much ammunition.
Use that simulator you got.
It's a game. It's Call of Duty. Zombie Edition.
It's something, right? I mean,
Yeah, Call of Duty 20, Zombie Edition.
you can run them through the basics without burning through ammunition, right?
Okay.
Just basic weapons drills.
Okay.
Make sure they're not going to, put their booger hook on the bang switch and shoot each other in the back.
That would not be good. No shooting in the back. And he looks over at Gunny. Is that okay, Captain? Gunny,
I'm here.
is that okay, Captain?
To do what?
To what Theodore and I were talking about.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Are you sure? I mean, if you have something else for me to do, I would do it.
No, I'm growing mushrooms. Thank you, Jude.
Okay. They woke up now. Speaking of which, Hammer, what are you doing? You muted, Ben? Yes, he is. What about you, Holroyd? What are you doing? Not Holroyd. B. What are you doing?
Well, that's right, I'm B again. You know what? I'm gonna see if there's any last minute, any information from anyone about the inside of it, anything I can find out. I mean, somebody's gonna know a little something more, whatever I can extract from somebody.
You gonna go into the city and talk to somebody?
Hmm.
Were we
I'm way on
making?
the other side though, right? What'd you say, Amber?
Were we going to? They wanted us to go into the pyramid. Correct?
Yes.
They
The
want,
Yes.
they
the
want,
general and
they wanted you to go in there and get some whatever technology that's in there. And pull.
right, and they've sent people in there only to have them not return.
Correct.
Hmm.
That's correct.
But they've been so vague about anything coming back, like no information from those soldiers. And I kind of find it hard to believe.
Well, I mean, you can always observation check them, like insight check them.
Where are they? Do I have to go way back in the city and stuff, or can I just
I feel like that's a
say that
fun
it's
way to
happening?
say interrogate.
I mean, I'm a
Are you up for a kid?
manipulation. I really don't have the stats for that, but
There are always two guards outside of your ship watching both of them.
I walk towards our little gangplank area.
Okay. Theodore, what are you doing after you talk to Vladimir? You're muted, but
Sorry, if you could say that one more time. I was passing the baby off to the wife so we could eat.
what after you tell Vladimir you grabs some people and they go play COD 20 Zombie Edition. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna grab the rest of them that he didn't and take them over towards that armory and start running them, like empty the magazines and start running them through the weapons.
Okay, so weapons training without shooting. Got it.
Yep.
Tear down and clean and put them back together. Got it. And then
That and how to actually hold it and what's the function of it, where's the safety, like just get them familiar with whatever we got.
got it. Okay, B.
how much how much time do we have before we're trying to get in there?
I don't know.
Are we waiting on mushrooms growing, or
I mean, mushrooms take some
we're
time.
doing testing or something?
Mushrooms take time,
They do.
Yeah.
and
I
we
mean, are
still
we doing
don't know
any
if
kind of
they're even going to work.
Right.
all right. So I'm gonna go and see if there's to the general somebody and see if I can find any other information about this. If he wants this to succeed, if he wants us to succeed, then I
So
give me something.
and you see on the gangway, Luca is talking to these two guards. Luca, what are you talking about?
What if I tap into something?
Well, I was going to try and lure them politely back onto our ship.
Okay. They don't want to do that. They want to stay outside of the ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I totally get that. That's fine. So the people that your awesome leader, warlord, has sent in there, kidnapped and then sacrificed, uh, to the aliens, xenomorphs. I know that they have also sent some search parties in there. And I was wondering if you had any information about what they sent back before they never returned.
They look at each other, say something in Chinese, and then look back at you, and they're like,
Of course.
"Hey, you see this exchange?"
I really wish you'd listen to your mother.
I just want to get past to the main guy. What's his name again? What's his name?
So you're trying to
The general. Yeah, I need to talk to him.
to the general?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're
I
using
need more info. I need more information before we leave.
so that means you need to go up.
Direct me to where I need to go.
Agenda, I think his name was.
I'll throw the names into the Discord. It's been a while and things are forgotten. Oh, there you go. Thank you, sir. All right.
No problem. I keep notes.
Great. Let me talk to him on Ting.
So how are you going to communicate with him? You're going to use your communication system?
Yeah, don't I have like a watch, like a Google Translator kind of deal going on? I mean, it's techie. Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, when he talked to you, he had talked to you in broken English, but he did talk.
Okay. Well, if we have any other barriers that we're, struggling with, then I'm going to use Google
Okay. Luca,
or whatever the equivalent is up there in space.
Gunny,
Yes.
seeing that or having that exchange, and they go like this. What do you do?
I am going to roll for manipulation.
Okay.
Or actually, I'm gonna do command.
Okay.
I'm gonna get like really close to them.
Okay.
Like pretty uncomfortably close, but not close enough to like be quite a threat. But like, I'm like in their bubble.
Okay.
I'm gonna just step into their space a little bit and like mean mug them
Okay.
and be like, you know, it would it would be really helpful if you told me what you know about the people who went inside the pyramid on their scout missions so that maybe we could prevent that from, say, happening to you.
Satien,
Let me roll.
if you want to, can. But I'm going to tell you that they're telling you that they are not understanding the words that are coming out of your mouth and basically speaking to each other in Chinese. Like, what's she saying?
So I need a translator.
B,
Yeah, here we can.
you step in because you're right there in the gangway with her and the
All
two.
right, then we'll have to use the by means of the helper of the hand Google.
Yes, translate.
Sergeant
Um,
Major Google knows all.
Exactly. Let's just we gotta. I'm getting a little bit of the impatience is growing in my soul, and I just want to be able to get information so we can move on with our little mission here.
do I have to use contact then?
I mean, you can just flip it open and turn it on.
Flippy flip, and I turn it on, and I speak those words into it.
And people go in, they don't come out.
Where are the logs before they did not come out?
I'm sorry. What logs?
Did they not transmit anything back?
They look at you and it says private, private.
Where can I find the information?
I mean, of course, using the translator, like, we're just guards.
We need to go to talk to the captain. Can we please?
It's our job. What captain?
Guanting.
What thing? Oh,
Mm,
our commander.
yes.
And he gets on it. Hey, one thing. These two. What was your name?
B.
B and
Oh, hold on, something's beeping like crazy.
it's an Amber Alert. Okay. What? Okay. Okay. There's like 10 names in the girl's name. Right. Sorry. Okay. And looks at B and then looks over at the other person trying to get your name so they can call it in.
Is she asking for the name? Is she asking for Luca's name? Luca. He already knows our name. Luca and B.
Yeah, Luca.
So it calls it in and you hear it say, just put him on the mic and hands over the communicator to you.
Everything's beeping up. Different phones.
Yep. Must be an
We're on
Amber
the
Alert.
we're on the intercom with the captain.
Gives you the communicator.
Okay, well then we need to Google into his thing that we need to talk in person before we go and do what he asked us to do.
I'm sorry.
Please and politely,
Sorry. I'm what are you asking for?
I'm
Oh,
asking for his attention. I want his attention.
he's
Okay, person to person.
okay. And you're doing this because you want to
I want to find out more information and any last minute information that we can get before we go in there and do what he's asking us to do.
okay. Give me an hour. Okay?
Okay.
So fix your communicator back, and then the guard step back. All right, what do you two do now? You guys go back inside, you stay out here, talk to the guards.
I'll be back in 1 hour at this
I
position right here.
can I take his little communicator?
He's not giving it up. No,
Mm.
it's his communicator to talk to his people.
I mean, like his friend has one too. He doesn't need two.
No, he's not giving up his issue.
All right, whatever. I go back inside. I'm like, and I do like the eyes, like point at your eyes, and I point at his, and like I go back inside with B.
Kind of like with the way you're looking at us now in the picture. All right, so you two go inside. Theodore, you're over there breaking them, turn them down, put them back together, no problem. Hammer, what have you been doing?
I am making sure that the armor suits are in proper working order and in good condition. Repairing is necessary. Guns are loaded. Flamethrowers got gas.
All right,
Anybody's smart gun, the arm's working right. Does anybody have a smart gun?
Vladimir,
Nope.
at your service.
I am making sure we are ready to go.
All right. After about 45 minutes,
I'm going to settle in for a long winter's nap.
boop, Luca,
See.
Sykes is talking to you and says, you got a call.
Good night, Mom. Good night, darling.
I'm not going to sleep yet.
30 minutes. Yes, I will unlock your phone for 30 minutes. Sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine. Sykes is saying, hey, you got a call up here.
All right, I head upstairs.
Come up. And he looks at you and says, that's the general. Or not the general. That's the warlord.
Oh, that's cool.
Throw me in, because you haven't done that yet.
I we must be friends. And I pick up.
Wait, what?
What?
As you pick up, like, wait, what? What are you doing?
What? He called me.
I'm actually playing Sykes. Like, wait, you didn't bring me up to speed about this, and he's calling.
Yeah, we're getting information, and you called me back.
But you're not keeping me in the loop.
You weren't here.
I am here. I'm sitting right here. I've been up in the captain's chair the whole time.
Yeah, but we're doing all the work. Where were you? Sitting in the captain's chair.
I was making sure all the systems and everything was working right.
Hello.
Hello, what?
I'm in the phone. I'm on the phone.
Say,
Hello.
oh, you pick up the headset and you start talking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, if it was Davey, you would be talking to him. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. So, Brigadier Xing Wu says, Xing Yu, what is it that you need?
We were looking for any information logs that you might have of the teams that were sent in to scout the pyramid before their ultimate demise.
We know of their entry, but not of their exit. They never came out.
Right, but do you have any recordings or transmissions, any information that may have come back to you prior to them not returning.
None is available.
You don't have anything.
I just said that.
I mean, there's no video footage.
No,
Am I
That's
there?
possible.
I'm sorry.
I mean, if Gunny told you got the call, that's possible.
I wave B over and I hand her the headset.
Did he say there's none available or there was none taken?
Who just
This is
got
B again. We
Okay.
met before.
me? Who? Because I was talking to the Gunny who asked to speak to me. What is going on?
Yes, yes. Well, hold on 1 second. I got
She just put me on hold.
all right. I'm sorry. There's a couple of things going on. I'm talking to okay, so this is B. Um and this is the person that we requested time with, right? We were supposed to meet in person. We radioed over to you in with your guards. We were supposed to meet in person.
No, you said you wanted to talk to the guard. Said you wanted to talk to me.
I do, but I wanted to meet with you in person. And since that's fine, whatever. If that's not available, fine. Inscription is not available or it doesn't exist.
Does not exist. No communication that came out of there. They went in. There's no communication, and they never came out. We never got it.
Communication stopped
Right.
as soon as they entered the pyramid.
That is accurate.
Uh,
All right. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
We changed protocol for the ship? I want to be sure as a GM, I'm understanding what's happening. Did some protocols change?
What protocol are you talking about?
Just in general.
What? No, why?
Okay. I just want to be sure. Okay. All right. So what's your next step, y'all?
So I think the pyramid blocks signal.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I got.
So
I guess
sending
we
the
just go
pups
in and
in
wing
is
it.
pointless.
What was that? What was pointless?
Sending the pups in would be pointless.
And Sykes speaks up and says maybe they're useful inside. Doesn't mean that they're not. Who knows? There's only one way to find out, right? Have we made the decision to go in? Is that what me, Captain Sykes, is hearing from you guys? Is that we're making a decision to actually do this for the warlord?
I think our goal was to do it,
Mhm.
and just destroy everything in there.
I remember that, yes. But if we had to we were going to talk to I guess the Royal Marines. We got that information. And now we're making the decision to go in there and then, as Theodore was saying, blow things up.
Yeah, I thought everyone was on the same page, including Sykes. I thought that was our plan to go in there.
Forgive me, it's been a month. I'm summarizing and bringing everything together.
Okay, then yes,
Okay, so kind of like
that is what's happening.
all right. So what's the plan? How are we doing this?
Is it the same day still as it was when me and Hammer came back?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we were planning on meeting with them the next morning. The Royal Marines.
Meeting with who the next morning?
The Royal Marines.
Okay. Yeah, about blowing up some stuff. Yeah. So, what are we doing, folks?
Once they got the hang of it, I'm gonna like kind of stand back, let them do it, and then try to pay attention to who's actually like good at taking charge of doing it, who's really good at doing kind of start assigning roles a little bit. And then once there's kind of that clear person who knows what they're doing really well and can continue to teach the others, I'm gonna have them do that while I'm gonna go and look around the ship to see if there's any like maintenance hatches that would let me get on onto the bottom of the ship or the back end of the ship and away from the um, landing ramp. In a sense, if I needed to get out of the ship without being seen by guards.
Okay, there's a couple of them, yeah. Especially after, like you said, landing ramps.
That's what Theo's going to be doing with his time between
All right,
that
I'm
and
just
bouncing
getting my
around to
stuff
make sure
together.
that people are getting properly acquainted with the equipment, like maybe rotating them out with Flathead for the people who are doing the, air quotes simulator to be swapped with people who now know the weapon system.
Okay. All right. How do you want to approach it? Do you want to just wait in the morning and meet the Marines, or what are we doing?
And yes, might as well. What time is it now?
It is in the late afternoon.
Okay. And we want to go during the day, right?
I think so. I think that's what was.
Okay. Then I'm getting my stuff ready tonight and be ready in the morning.
Okay. What about you, Luca?
Yes. And in the meantime, I will check my spores.
I can't remember. My notes are a little shoddy on it. You said the union office, was that when, like, is it completely shut down and boarded up? Or is it like a UPP, like Union of People's office? I couldn't remember if it was like oh, this is the local steel workers union or if this is a UPP union office.
Been a while. One sec. Okay, so the union offices are not boarded up or closed. Yeah, that's what I can tell you right now. Not boarded up or closed.
Okay, so when we walked past, it wasn't like all boarded up and shut down. Okay.
Correct.
I'm just gonna change into my local attire and go inform Captain Gunny that I plan on heading out into the town to check out a few things.
Gunny, what do you say? You're muted.
Sorry, I was coughing.
So, Theodore asked you a question.
Can you repeat the question? I was coughing.
He walked up wearing the local, like, normal attire of the colonists and said, I'm gonna dip out and go into town to see if I can figure out some more things and check something out.
That's fine. Just be careful and don't get yourself kidnapped like Sykes did.
I think it should be fine. If you guys have a spare,
I got arrested.
Kidnapped. Yes.
yeah, spare headset or something, because I don't feel like carrying around. And he's gonna show he has like what looks like the cop radio, the normal radio with the hand mic extending. He's like, I don't really feel like carrying this around. I don't think it would work well
Ooh, do we
if there's
have
earbuds
spare
or something.
headset? Hey, mother, do we have a spare headset?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give that to Theo.
Okay. So you run over to the locker, grab it, synchronize it.
It's the little earbud, right? Little earbud headset.
Little mic here, earbud mic, and a little thing over your ear.
Okay.
Sits that
Cool.
way.
I'm sure there's an ointment out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of wrap it under like around the neck, like under like the kind of collar of the shirt and jacket.
Okay.
All right.
And then I'm gonna dip out through one of the back maintenance spots and start wrapping around the landing strip to start heading into the warehouses.
Okay. And then Hammer, what have you been up to?
Well, nobody's come down to bother me down here, so I'm just kind of kicking back and relaxing and getting ready for the inevitable shitstorm that's going to happen tomorrow.
Okay.
Like I said, getting gear ready, as I know what we're going to end up going through.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to call the break early. Luca stepped away. I think there's some stuff going on behind the scenes anyway. Maybe we can settle some things. So I'm going to go use the restroom. I'm going to get something else to drink. I'll see you guys in about 5-10 minutes, somewhere there.
Alrighty.
Right, sounds good.
You're back. All right, so you step out of the ship. Where you headed, Theodore?
Down towards the Union offices in the pub.
So you're just walking down the Union. Are you stealthing or are you just walking normal?
I'm stealthing until I'm closer to like the main streets.
All right, go ahead and roll agility stealth.
And our stress carried over because we haven't yet like rested, or did we get rid of our stress?
Yeah, it's
My friend here.
you've definitely rested. It's been a few hours. That's you had to wait almost an hour, or Luca and B had to wait almost an hour for that call. And then from there, a lot of other things were going on in the ship. So no stress. Everybody should be at 0 stress at this point.
Okay.
3.
3. Okay, so 3 successes. You're able to get in front of the Union Hall, or side back wherever you decide. Where are you going?
Is it like a UPP union building?
A actually marked off 3WE.
Oh, so it's 3WE.
Right.
Okay.
I suppose.
I guess I am going to try to dip my way into like the back area, like any back doors or what looks like busted windows or like someone broke into it a while back, kind of in through there.
There's it's not broken into, but you find a back door. And you can see some lights on inside.
Gonna kind of crack the door.
Are you doing stealthily?
Yeah, kind of like do like the quick like little shimmy of the lock, see if it's locked or not, and then try to like kind of put my hand on the door and slowly push it open.
It's unlocked, and you're able to push it open, and you can see 2 individuals talking. You're Stanley. That was Shepard. Yeah, Shepard.
Yep.
Along with what was her name? Her name was Hannah.
Along with Snell.
No, yep.
I'm just gonna kind of listen in as I make my way further and kind of checking, like looking about, like in other little areas, see if there's any other people around.
At this point, they had set up a where's that at? Over at the water plant. They were going to set up a bomb, and because water is pretty much important, it was going to pull people this way, and then they were going to activate their plan to take over the facility.
Oh, so they're not hitting the control tower. All right, let me get that in my notes as I continue to make my way in. As I'm getting closer and closer, I'm just gonna kind of once I'm assuming if I notice no one else is around, like in like little side hall like halls or doorways, I'm kind of just gonna lean up against the wall and kind of slightly knock on it.
Oh, you had to replace.
Leaned up against that wall. Um, you can see in the shadows several individuals standing there with their weapons, not drawn, but at the ready.
Is it the RMC guys?
Yeah, it is the RMC.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slightly kind of like knock onto the wall.
Okay. You knock on the wall, you said?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of give it a light knock on the wall as I like leaned up against it. Like I took a resting position after I made sure that there was I figured out who was all here against the wall to make sure that it's not like, oh, there's like three of the CNAC guys in this corner like waiting to ambush them kind of deal.
When you do that, several laser pointers are now pointing at your chest. As you knock on the wall and draws and turns on their lasers.
How's it going, friends?
They're like, don't do that. That's how people get shot. Then the shepherd says, how much did you hear?
Just a little bit about something take over the facility is what I caught.
Kitty.
Well, I guess now you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Snell and kind of give her the puzzled look because they told us that they wanted to hit the communications tower, the control tower.
Well, we didn't know you.
Oh, I don't say that out loud. I don't say out loud that that I said that she wanted to do it.
Yeah, no, she just looks at you like, kind of like a smile, like, oops, you know.
Yeah, I was coming to check out this building to see if there was any intelligence left behind or if it was UPP property in search of some information.
Sounds like you got plenty of intelligence.
I got more than enough. I'd hope so.
Now the question is can we trust you with it, or do we need you to keep you? Do we need to keep you here?
I'd say you can trust me with it. Like here, let me show you. And he'll pull out his thing and I'll hand it to him, which is his graduating photo, and followed by I think we serve a very similar interest.
I want to.
Against the UPP and the CNAC.
Why don't you roll manipulation? Empathy and manipulation.
That was if you don't remember. Any bonuses to it or negatives?
Straight.
Straight. Okay, let me grab that. Empathy manipulation. That is 5 dice. Two successes.
They nod, they look at each other. Well, I guess if you go tell someone, they're gonna think you're involved in it anyway, so there's that too.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping that as well as Snell, if you might be able to assist in the acquisition of possible munitions for about a force of 16 of fellow 3 world folks who I had assembled.
You're thinking about helping us with your people.
Well, yeah, we're from the same people. I mean, you might just be a different descendant, and it might not have been kept as well informed as some others, but I'd assume you still are loyal to the 3 worlds.
Sounds like we got a plan. All right, well, pulls up the map. We're going to hit the water plant. Try to draw them out this way. towards here. And once they get to about here, we'll have a scout here. Maybe one of your people. I don't know. And then we'll hit the HQ, the compound directly.
It seems doable. It seems a little ambitious. Can I annotate on this? Oh, I can't annotate on this. So their goal.
You're
I
off
don't want it to be.
squads of people.
Well, yeah. Well, what I mean is not necessarily that it's not ambitious in the aspect of it is a good idea to want to hit from this direction.
Mhm.
But another issue would be here of these barracks. If they don't have the same response time and rally to head towards that water plant, they might be coming up this route as you're trying to hit it and attack from these bridges, unless you want to try to take out like this main bridge as well in order to funnel them down through the warehouse route.
Oh. The additional plan includes taking them out. This bridge and this bridge. Since you were over here, maybe you guys can handle that for us. Place the-
I'll attempt to bring it up. I'm not sure. I think that the majority will agree. I'm not in any position of command. Shit, they think I'm just some UA marshal at this point.
Not military then.
No, I was sent to investigate some folks on behalf of the Three Worlds. More intelligence agency than military.
Okay. Well, that's our goal right there. So we'll give you till 5 a.m.
Our only issue is we don't have enough munitions for that. Do you think you might be able to get a dump? This is a hill, right? Or like woods
Yeah.
back here behind the landing strip. Okay. Do you think you might be able to get a dump, like a little munitions or supply dump up in this area? Not you don't have to go super close to the landing strips, but up in that direction, so then we can recover the supplies and start arming those folks.
Well, these guys, those are controlled by them. So,
I was just using that as a general reference. So we're what? We're this landing strip.
I'm not gonna lie, I
Son?
would like to see that right there.
Okay. Then might you be the same thing, but might be able to get a supply dump over there, per chance.
all right, we'll get you some explosives.
Any also normal munitions would be beneficial due to them not we don't have enough ammo and weaponry for them to actually use in case something breaks out fully.
Well, I'll tell you what. Send one of you guys to blow up the water plant. Blow up the 2 bridges. We'll take care of the compounds.
Do you want us to hit the plant on the bridges?
You okay?
Just need we're gonna need the boom for it. That's about it.
About the dead horse?
You said you have those, correct?
The horse is alive?
Never thought that.
I think I can orchestrate that.
You keep going with that, that's Brady Saturn.
You have my information, right, Snow?
We'll get you a message.
Well, no, what I was saying is I gave them my radio, like my not necessarily my radio channel, but pretty much, right? My little phone number thing for my communicator.
They're not gonna use radio. They'll get you a message.
All right. And then I'm gonna kind of walk over to Snell and ask, so where's what about Dubrow?
In the pyramid.
Well, I get they're independent, but where are they? Because if we can sway them on our side.
He's in the pyramid.
Oh, in the pyramid. I thought you said independent. My bad.
It's in the pyramid.
And the rest of them that came with them are in there?
Don't waste that last carrot.
Ow,
So they got sent in there by the warlord, or they went in there of their own accord.
That's correct.
All right. Well, anyways, if you'd wish, I'd love to buy you a drink sometime. Maybe after all this is done, if that pub's still up.
Maybe.
But I'll get this back, and I'll try to start orchestrating.
We'll see.
We'll see. I still want to have that meeting in the morning with the rest of them.
Yes. 5 a.m.
5 a.m. All right, I got you.
Okay.
With that, I'm gonna kind of give like the little like two finger like to the forehead, like a little salute to like the other guys, and look at Stanley and be like, "Take care, Stanley." And I'm gonna head back out the back door and then just walk over to the pub, grab a like pint or two before trying to make my way back up to the ship.
All right. Hammer. Well,
Yes.
Theodore's gone. What are you up to? Other than, I know you were checking things and equipment, but after that's done, what are you going to be doing?
Well, I will get together with the crew and see what we've got planned, if we've got any plans for going into this pyramid. I don't know he's setting anything up outside like that, but
Right. Okay. And what about you,
because
Luke?
I'm trying to stay on task with this. If we've got something else that's going on, you know me, I'm point and shoot.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
my whole thing was we're supposed to be going into this goddamn pyramid, and we know what we're going to run into in there.
Right. And then Luca, what are you doing? Well, Theodore's gone.
I wanted to see the growth of my science experiment.
Fungus that sometimes can grow fairly quickly. Why don't you roll 2d6? And I need individual numbers, not total.
6, 5.
6, 5. Okay. It is growing, but it's not at the pace you need to put it all together within, a 24-hour period. Because fungus can take time to grow.
Okay. Okay. I am still going to get a little petri dish and scrape some of it off and like seal the edges and put it into a pack, like my go bag.
Okay.
Because maybe, given the opportunity, if we go inside the pyramid, at some point we can plant it somewhere and it will spread on its own accord. And maybe that'll work out eventually sometime anyways.
Okay.
Future. Who knows? Maybe we'll die. I don't know. It's the long game.
All right. And B.
I was getting ready, making sure we have enough of those handy dandy little electroshock things that work so well. Then I guess we're gonna take it moment by moment with the pups and being that things kind of shut off once they get past a certain point in the pyramid. So I'm just gonna get ready to go. Just waiting.
Okay. So you guys
I'm also getting the med gear ready too.
got it. Theodore, you get back. Where are you going?
I'm going back up that same little maintenance hatch I kind of dipped out of the back of. Do you need me to roll another mobility? Okay.
So
And then when I get up there, I'm just gonna head up towards wherever Captain Gunny would be, in a sense, to kind of get her to ring the dinner bell for the group.
okay. Well, George is walking around, making sure everybody's fed, doing his job.
Oh, I was just trying to call a little meeting between B, Captain Gunny, Hammer, and all of them.
Okay. All right. Well, while you're doing that, as you're coming through to get ready to call them, you hear Vladimir yelling, "No, not like that. You must do not cross your fire. Don't do that. Bounce. Okay. Once he crosses, lift your weapon and then bring it back down. Don't do that. This Good, Theodore.
I'm gonna stop by and poke my head over there and see what's going on.
Tow truck is on its way. You're gonna
See them, there's zombies coming and he's teaching them tactics within the game and how to cover each other, doing leapfrogs without crossing fire. Unlike every other player that does it in video games where they're crossing with a freaking fire, assholes. Okay.
He's trying to just teach them battle drills and stuff. Okay.
Basic squad movement, nothing extravagant. Just learn how to cross and not kill each other, and cover. Basic squad tactics and cover, and that's it.
Okay. I'll just kind of give them a small wave and be like, hope they're improving than what you or that faster than you'd expect.
He sees you, he comes over and he looks at you, he says, they suck. And he walks back.
And they're not soldiers, all right? They don't have any formal training.
But this is basic. You just, it's not like a video game when you cross, you can shoot and hit this guy, which is stupid, by the way, because you're wasting my bullets. If I'm shooting and you cross my, stupid. Anyway, it's okay. I get over it. When I was playing Division 6, same stupid problem. Idiots. They should have open shooting so that if you cross and you get hit, oh, you shot me, stupid. Stay on your side. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you go and you call them all, correct?
Yes. As well as the leader of the refugees. I figured he should also get the meeting since he has a voice now.
As well. Hammer, Luca, B, Theodore is calling a group meeting.
All right, heading over.
Okay. So
Okay.
all in the galley. Sykes says, do we need to close the door for this?
I'd say just do it just in case. It's not necessarily needed.
Okay.
But I think a vote needs to be cast first on something.
Vote. What vote?
Is the door shut? I'll kind of pull up the map if there's a map around of like this, the rough idea.
Mhm.
And kind of point out saying, well, remember how I said they wanted to hit the control tower?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to hit the control tower. Their goal, annotate real quick,
So they
Their
lied
goal-
to us.
is, well, they said they couldn't trust us, which I can't blame them. They don't really know us that well. We just showed up and stormed in on where they're hiding out. Their goal is to hit the water plant.
I'm gonna need it now.
They want to hit the water plant in order to draw out the warlord and his men towards it while they go in to take over the facility itself and the compound.
So
Now-
they're not destroying the water plant. They're just going to occupy it
They're gonna
in an
work,
attempt
they
to
want to
take
plant
over.
they want to plant a bomb. They want to have an explosion go off there so that they'll come rushing that way.
But is this an attempt to actually destroy the water plant, or
I think destruction might
because
be
it
a
would be
mine, but I
absolutely
don't think
stupid for them to do that?
I think their goal is destruction, but not the destruction of it completely to where it's not repairable. A destruction
So
of it
it's-
enough to where it disrupts its
So it's a
production.
diversion.
Yeah. Now, what they would is to actually plant that bomb so that they can divert all manpower to that compound, as well as take out both bridges over the river.
And how are we supposed to do that?
They're going to provide us explosives.
That's what you were supposed to do.
And how much time do we have to set up?
Well, they want to have a meeting at 5 a.m. and I believe that their goal is to try to do that either that night or that next day. But sorry, what were you
Sounds
saying,
like
Sid?
it's possible, but I'm not sure it's logical, but okay, I see what they're going with it. And what kind of forces are they figuring they're going to run into when they go over to the compound to take it over?
Rear guard, maybe not necessary. I believe that they're hoping that the warlord will send out most of his force to that water plant, since that seems like their only water plant for this colony, and that's a very vital thing, especially with their fields nearby.
That's a big hopes they're going to draw that kind of force.
Elsewhere than Soviet.
That
So the
is.
vote would be to help them out, or
Help them out, or to leave them as is, let them try it on their own. I said I would attempt to help them out. I believe that's a good cause. Because if in theory using communication,
maybe we
Uh,
could get some information from that compound too.
put a scout
Well-
here
Yeah.
to make sure that, okay, or maybe even whoever hits the plant to dip out this way, so that once it goes off, they're able to report on if that's happening. I think being able, if that happens, being able to get access to their intelligence center and his main palace itself would be a massive boon to understanding the pyramid. That, as well as the UPP is currently inside the pyramid.
Psych steps forward and says,
Inside the pyramid.
Psych steps forward and says, what are we doing?
What do you mean by that?
Why are we on this planet?
Weren't we tracking down the
Long?
what do you call it, that Lich Gate?
Yeah, it's inside the pyramid.
So why are we messing with these people's internal struggles?
Yeah, involving the UN, quote unquote, the UN, in this geopolitical struggle here is not in our job description.
Looks over at B. Then looks back at everyone else and then at Luca. Luca.
Mhm.
B. Did we change our mission parameters?
Right. No. However, I am, never one to overlook a workaround. And the way I see it right now, we don't have any other information on hand about how to safely enter into this pyramid to get to the gate.
Okay.
And he is not stopping sacrificing these people. And there are probably thousands of xenomorphs in there. And he either doesn't have or is reluctant to give us the information that he does have on the pyramid. And there's only one way that we're going to find that out, and that's by accessing his files. And the only way that we're going to do that is by working with the people that are trying to take him down. So it's a little bit of a delay. But sometimes we have to get our hands dirty in order to get the things that we want, honey.
But are we a spec ops where we go in? I mean, I don't even know where the UN charter fits in this.
Isn't the CNAC and the UPP technically within an arms race and war with the UN due to conflicting policies and how they wish to run politics?
Technically, yes. However,
And didn't you describe yourself and your crew as former Black Ops soldiers now doing the wet work for the United Nations after having your own deaths faked?
we have the mission parameters are to find Vaughn, find out any information about Vaughn. We found him, and now we're finding out that there's a Lich Gate or something that could mean a lot of things, and we need to find out about that. However, we get caught up in this insurrection, which is basically against the rules. The UN is not in the business of what some of the older imperial countries used to do. We've never been involved in that.
I'm gonna squint and lean in really close to Sykes's face. And I'm gonna say, who are you? And when have you ever cared about the rules?
Every time I told you not to shoot a civilian.
Wouldn't the UN appreciate having
former planet that was a part of the UN in a sense, right? The Three World Empire is a member of the United Nations. Wouldn't they appreciate having that colony back? Maybe with this Lich Gate and that information, maybe way more accessible instead of having to try to dodge around a warlord who now owns the planet. It would make the ease of access for maybe the excavation of that Lich Gate in order to fully disassemble and understand it way more ease of access without having to wage maybe a full planetary invasion just by a quick little, deposal.
Hammer, where are you with this?
I'm struggling with both sides of it. I mean, the part, the orders we were given, you know, is counteracting with the desire to help certain people against certain other people. But like Sykes was saying, we're UN. We're not supposed to be getting involved in these people's political wars. If we come under fire, that's different. But I mean, to actively go out looking for this stuff is not what we're supposed to be doing.
I'll agree on that too.
B?
But
Sorry.
I'm also looking at it from the perspective of if we are going in there blind, if they do have information that we don't have access to that could potentially help us,
Yeah, I
then
just think things are aligning nicely.
yeah.
I mean, we have to go in there regardless. We're just gonna blow the hell out of it. I mean, this is honestly, I mean, we're not like stepping too far out of what we're originally here for anyway.
That's two.
This is gonna, I think it's not too far of a stretch to be able to get what we need done and handle what we're supposed to be doing.
But then the question then becomes is what if they don't have anything on this and we're basically setting ourselves up to be screwed? We know we're screwed going in without doing this, but if they don't have any more information than we already got, then we did all this for absolutely nothing.
Bless the chance though. What if they have something crucial? That's
We
a
know
game changer.
for a fact they have information on it. We know
Yeah, there
they
has to
have
be.
they have a method of entry that hasn't led to their team's immediate demise until they're at least within that pyramid. They haven't shared that, as far as I'm aware, with Sykes, Captain Gunny, anyone.
I wouldn't just keep sending folks in there. It's just sending them in and not having anything. I don't believe that.
That's three. So I'm gonna go into the cockpit. If you guys need me to pick you up, I'll be there. So
What of the refugee leader?
the
Does he have any opinions on it?
listening the whole time because he's contemplating putting refugees in a combat sortie. So Sykes says, I guess we're at diplomacy now. No chain of command at this point, at least on this particular mission or ops that you're discussing. So I'm going to step out and I'll be in the cockpit. If you guys need me to pick you up, I'll be right there. So he turns on a dime, punches a code, the door opens, and he goes upstairs or goes up to the bridge.
So he doesn't want to do it. He's against it.
How many? I mean, let me step out back as a GM. How many times has Sykes says let's not get involved in these things? I think two other times.
Half.
When you guys were on the planet, that whole thing with the where you actually got the refugees. Now you did fight that ship because it came after you. That happened. But as far as getting involved in the inner strife, he was like, At least at some point, I think there was a talk about between him and Gunny. I think him and Gunny were gonna shoot them, wasn't he? Is that correct? V? I mean Luca?
You said what?
I'm sorry. Are you guys not hearing me on the speakers? Is it not coming through okay?
Yeah, I'm hearing you're fine.
It's a little bit choppy on my end.
It's choppy on your end.
It might just be my internet though.
Okay. B, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, so it was choppy on your end?
It that it's not choppy. It is it goes in and out. Like there'll
Yeah.
be a moment where you're silent, and then I know you're talking because I can see your lips moving, but
I didn't I
it
didn't
just goes in and out.
I didn't know there was a problem with the voice. So hold on.
It's sporadic, really. It's not
No,
like
I didn't know that. That's the point. Okay, how about now?
so far so good.
So, Luca, correct me if I'm wrong. You and Sykes were planning on doing something with the refugees, captors or not captors, the people that were after them. And I think there was a moment where you guys were going to attack some people. Is that correct? Am I remembering that now?
Briefly, yes.
Okay, okay. Sykes is in. What do you want him to do?
Well, considering that Sykes himself is absent, he should probably set up the munitions on the bridge.
Okay, so then that's what he's going to do on the bridge. He'll go up and set up an escape plan and blow up anyone that decides to get in your guys' way. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, and he'll be the person that will get you out. He needs to. Fair?
Will be our eyes.
All right.
All right. So refresh my memory, please, because I'm a little still. We have the Royal Marines who are the who?
Captain Snell +6 and
No, but I'm
Stanley
saying what faction are they?
Three World Alliance
Can't afford to lose any more.
So they're 3WA.
Right.
or Three
We've
World
got
Empire. My bad. TWE.
okay.
3W.
All right, so they're three worlds. All right. So then we've got the Chinese who are
The warlord, the CANC.
the CANC. Are there any other groups around here that we know of, or
Dubrov down in the pyramid.
I'm sorry, Sam, I didn't catch all of that.
Dubrov, he's down in
Dubrov, okay,
UPP
yeah,
is
okay.
in the
Oh,
pyramid.
okay, UPP. Now, where are they at?
They're in the pyramid. So
They're in the pyramid. Have we met him?
no,
Do we know of him?
we know of him. We know that the UPP is in the pyramid.
So UPP's in the pyramid. The three worlds is the Royal Marines, and then the Chinese communists on the west of the map there. All right. Okay.
Would we not be able to get like an okay from the people who sent us here to and or is that stupid?
A message to get back to them would take weeks.
Would take weeks, you said?
Yes. If I remember, is that correct, Sam?
I don't know if hypercomps actually exist in Alien.
you're 65 light years away. It's gonna take a minute, if not longer.
Yeah, there's no subspace communications like Star Trek. I mean,
Mm.
you look at that Voyager is sending stuff back. It takes what, 22 hours, and they're not even out of our solar system yet.
Wow. Close. They're in interstellar space.
Joseph.
They're actually out.
Well, they're
No.
still in the Milky Way, but they're just out of the solar system.
Right.
So they're not even a light year away, and it's taken 22 hours to get a message to us.
You guys are
Okay.
So 65 light years is going to take a little longer.
Okay. Well, what time is it?
it's lady.
Sykes is pretty much on the we're not taking part in this, right?
That's incorrect.
That's incorrect.
He's on the,
Sykes is making the escape plans.
yeah, he's doing his thing now.
Luca made a recommendation and we were following that.
All right, Luca's got what now again?
Luca, can you tell him your recommendation again, please? You're muted. Luca? Aaron?
Uh-oh.
She
And
did.
she was messing with the kids
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, she might
in
have
the
stepped
background.
back.
Yeah.
That's fine. Does anybody remember what she was talking about?
Last time her and Sykes were gonna shoot someone over something.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of,
Set up the munitions on the ship.
Okay. Well, like I've said, I'm not I'm not a tactician. I'm not a planner. I'm the point and click.
Point and pull.
Point, point and shoot until it goes click.
Right. Oh. You guys
And I
get
realize that makes me a, poor part of this thing. But like I said, part of me is my orders are telling me we don't get involved in this, but part of me saying we got to help, the UPP or not the UPP, the Three Worlds stop these Chinese guys from sacrificing people to the damn aliens.
I mean, I don't think
You know,
people would be
and
upset.
considering the fact that you've got the one Brigadier Wu that's seems to be actively against the warlord enough to they're try to get us information to help them. So I mean, it's just I there's part of me that wants to help get rid of the warlord. There's part of me that's saying this is not what we're here for. There's part of me that's saying we got to get into the pyramid. I'm getting torn in all sorts of directions, but that's just my character.
so refugee
I
leader.
believe Luca might be back. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Say that again.
So I think Luca might be back. I saw it.
And Aaron's back. Yes,
You back, Aaron?
Hello.
Hey,
at least she's unmuted.
yeah. Did you want to bring him up?
So what
You think?
what was your thought process again?
Poor Sykes.
Poor Sykes.
Yeah.
He should plant the explosives on the bridges and keep as a lookout at the same time as he's going from like bridge to bridge.
Bridge to bridge on both ships.
No, I think she's talking about
Oh,
The-
bridge to
the
bridge.
bridges themselves into the settlement.
What I get for paying attention? Durr.
And those are the two bridges that are up there over the river there, where's
Yep.
X's. Okay,
Red
so
X's are where explosives should be.
so you're gonna blow the two bridges in the water plant.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm assuming we're going to be waiting for them to come over across the bridges before we blow them.
More information should be disseminated at 5 a.m. tomorrow when we go for our meeting.
Well, it won't hurt to have the meeting.
Well, even Sykes wanted to have the meeting and read whether or not he was aboard or not, and he planned before.
Yeah, it won't hurt to have the meeting, so maybe it'll help with get me some clarity.
So, sorry, I'm looking for the refugee's name.
It should be in the Discord.
He says, What do you want my people to do?
I'm not going to expect them to do anything if they wish to stay on the ship. I would only expect volunteers to run maybe support,
Look, man, you got to figure out something.
if that makes any sense. I don't expect them to be throwing their lives straight into the line of fire. That is, unless any of them have die-hard aspirations that that's exactly what they want to do. I would be in no place to stop them, but I would want to at least have them set up for the best chance of success. And I think having them run support, maybe run as like a little scout or like even just surveillance on certain spots. Even if it is from the ship, if they're able to find spots where they can get surveillance on those bridges.
Chicken Dye sits there and he says, so basically use them as scouts, these people.
In a sense, I'm not putting them in that direct line of fire, but still making them assist with the mission success.
Mama.
Okay. All right.
Of course, pose it. I'm only going to pose it to volunteers to do it. I don't want everyone to be like, oh, I have to do this. I'm not going to. I wouldn't want to force anyone. Which, granted, I mean, all 16 of them were up in arms about helping the Royal Marines overthrow the CNAC anyway. So,
Well, two of them step up. Two volunteers.
Sad message coming to you.
I
In Zoom.
Yep, I answered.
Okay.
And, two of them step up,
All right.
and their names are
okay. They what, volunteer to scout or be like
Now I gotta be Lisa's grown man.
rifle in hand?
Yeah, whatever you need to do.
Okay, so out of the 16, those two volunteers.
So what I did was I rolled 16 dice. Any success that I got, that's what I
Okay. Well, I because last time I had rolled my check to inspire them to rise up and join me and the Royal Marines to fight against them, and I got all 16 of them on our side.
then there you go, all 16 are
That's why I was saying I'm only posing it to volunteers for what positions they want to fill. If a volunteer walks up and says, "Oh, I want to be a scout," I'm not going to be like, "No, you're going to go. Here's a fucking shotgun. Go help them."
well, you tell me what you want them to do because you said you got all 16. So what do you want all
I'm gonna run them pairs of two as surveillance and scout.
Okay.
And the best way I can kind of get whatever garb like spare like things we have to make them in a sense similar attire to what's going on in the planet
All right, so
and bring them up to speed.
do me a favor, assign your teams. Tell me what you got, how are you gonna assign these 16 and include and then plus you 5, 1, 2, 3, 5. And let me know how you want everything to go as far as your teams, because you have 20 people
Okay.
or 21 people. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what Sykes is doing, but just go ahead and list that in the Discord.
Well, first question I have is who's the best scout we've got here?
Sykes. He's a forward observer.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's got, yeah, all right. So who's our best munitions person?
Vladimir.
Vlad and I have the same stats. Oh no, wait, I've finagled it around to add to piloting, so but still similar.
All right.
Anybody else have any more input?
I'm just trying to draw it out and kind of put visuals in line for what would work.
What about you, Sykes?
Likes?
Sykes isn't here.
Luca. She muted again?
No, she's unmuted.
I meant on her end.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hey, there you are.
Okay, my box is glowing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Hi.
Do you have any input on the plan so far?
No, I don't know where to go.
He's drawing on the screen.
I know. I was. I had a dumb idea
Okay.
that I was going to try and flank from the lake,
Okay.
but then I remembered that the thingies can swim,
Mm-hmm.
and I rethought that.
As well, you should. So he's got 3 scout positions set up there. So who would be the 3 scouts?
I'll take the residential. Theo?
Wherever.
Because I could take one of the scout points, considering I have the longest range weapon in the party. And skills to use it. You know, where would you need me set up at?
I can support where everybody's going. I think
Well, my idea, right? We have 16 refugees. Using teams of 2 for scout positions frees us to attach wherever we need, right? So let's say we throw 2 refugees. I put them at 3 lions because it has line of sight of the bridge, near that residential area. Maybe not just standing in one spot, but kind of moseying around that area. Give line of sight to main vehicle bridge. One off the road of the power plant up by that looks like near the church grounds. Gives line of sight of their expected path of warlord's troops. That leaves 2 teams of 5 for additional support elements, or if those 2 teams of 5 have aspirations of joining the RMC, to maybe be armed and attached with them as maybe if they take a building to hold that position.
How many of the refugees have medical training?
It's a great question.
a couple of them have medical training. They had to have it on their ship.
How many of them are experienced instead of basic first aid is a better way of putting it, I think.
Because there was one guy, it was a doctor, but he's gone.
Okay.
I think there was I think there was a nurse there though, wasn't there?
Yep.
And she's still around. I can't tell. So each one of those squares is a kilometer. Okay. Which is about the range of my weapon.
That
This is going to be, the logistics of this are nuts.
think
In the Discord, this is my current notes of it. Teams of 5 are free floaters currently. Teams of 2 are scout teams.
this is straight up assault team.
Yeah, I mean they'd need a squad lead pretty much. I mean, best way of putting it, I mean, attach. I'd say you keep one of the teams of 5 here, aboard the ship, to pole security, maybe with Vladimir and Sykes, unless Sykes is being attached elsewhere, would give the most benefit of the use of our ships. The only other thing thinking about that poses a major issue I will be using, I guess, Brown is these 3 ships.
You have any onions?
We don't know exactly what their capabilities are or what they are. If they're crewed, if they're not crewed, what happens once they starts popping off? Are they popping up into the sky and assisting, or are they staying on the ground?
We're doing social media. It's gonna be fantastic.
Those are our biggest unknowns.
Free. Go crazy.
Our guard. There's several guards over there. The control tower as well, which doubles as a weather tower, as you know.
Pretty much just brown circles are in. Would we want to use our assets after sending out Sunflower 1, 2, 3 to scouting positions, attaching maybe who is necessary to those to assist, use the rest of our assets to, in a sense, try to
It's $11.99.
take care of this unknown
The price I am happy to
once
pay.
everything starts kicking off in the main settlement?
Mhm.
So, okay. We got the team set up. Which group is going with which people?
I don't know. Put me wherever.
Okay.
I thought I was going to residential.
Okay. You're going to residential. Okay, put that in Discord.
All right, so they're gonna pop the water plant, and the troops that go to take care of that, they're gonna try to wipe them out, right?
The goal is to get them diverted away. If they can take the compound, probably to use the compounds. The compound was walled, correct, Sam?
So you're here for your box.
To use the defenses of the compound itself to repel them.
See this, but Jimmy, we have got to stop me.
I'll attach myself. I'll go to the water plant with a team and worry about that explosive. I think each team, the one we send to 3 Lions, I don't necessarily know if we necessarily need to attach anyone. We could send a radio with them to keep them within communications, though.
That may not be so bad. Then we don't have to.
Because my thought is, for me, I could set up in a position where if they're assaulting the compound, I could pick off stragglers. You know, make sure they don't get run up from behind, whatever.
From as if coming from the strips towards the compound.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to assault the compound after they lure those troops down to the water plant, and then they go to assault the compound, they're just have me. I can watch their backs, but I can be up on a rooftop somewhere doing that. But that's like I said, that's merely a thought from me because that's like I said, I've got the range and the weapon for it.
It's up to Luca. But since Luca wanted to be residential, we can move residential up towards that square, have them find a position. You attach with them, which
Because I,
should
I,
give you
because I've
lines.
got a kilometer range on my weapon, so
This place has.
Well, yeah. So like if you go with the team, but that residential, if we move them up to the square, that gives you lines down towards the Union, up towards that bridge, into the compound, and down away from the compound towards plant.
Yeah.
Granted,
Right.
ask Luca, or you could even just attach yourself with them, and we could send attach Vlad to one of the 5-mans to assist with the landing strips, or Luca can also
Well,
attach with one of the 5-mans.
I almost think Vlad should be the one taking care of security on the ships.
That's what I'm saying, because we again um, these ships and their unknowns is what honestly the only part of the plan that kind of scares me is the unknown element of the rest of the landing strips.
Mhm.
Or we just set up shop and watch to see what happens and fill in as needed.
What like I mean, I think having maybe even at least a scout, definitely a scout team by the
Yeah.
water plant. I think that's something we're going to need to know exactly how many troops have moved out. I think that's going to be the most beneficial, at least for a
Yeah.
guaranteed spot, is going to be
But
the
I'm
water
I'm
plant
saying
scouting.
not so much taking as an offensive posture as
Taking a
taking
defensive or a
as a
flexible posture.
defensive and flexible where we could defend ourselves, but and we can offer assistance if necessary. You know, also to make sure that they're taking out, you know, um, combatants and not getting any
Not
ancillary
getting too frisky
casualties.
with civilians.
Yeah, with civilians and all that, because that's who the real goal is for this is to save civilian lives, and you know, and then like I said, a crew of the refugees with medical training for the inevitable run of casualties we're going to get, you know, because not everybody's going to go down,
Mhm.
without a fight, but I mean, not everybody's going to be killed. There are going to be a lot of injured on this, especially if bullets start flying and everybody starts running.
All right, so let me grab my draw tool again. So what about
And I
this?
mean, if the sole goal of this is to eliminate the warlord as quickly and as sufficiently as possible, then that's that. But if the goal is to just cause as much panic and destruction and kill all of the Chinese, then I'm kind of against that.
I'd be against that too. I think their goal is mainly get rid of, if they can depose the warlord, then that will, in theory, and I mean even in practice, it'll save more civilians than that will have to be the acceptable tolerance of this operation, because we got to have a tolerance because we cannot predict the bridges, right? The bridges could have people on it. Granted, we can hold off
Right.
on topping the bridges until there's less people, but I don't think we're ever going to get those bridges without people. Same with the water plant. We might catch a few workers in it, but
But the
try to
other part
minimize
to
our
him,
tolerance as best we can.
but here's the other thing to the bridges. If we're on the main island or the mainland by Three Lions or by the residential district or by all of that, then we're blocking our access back to the ship.
Well, what if we take out, instead of this footbridge here by the warehouses, and instead, using brown is unknown.
Yeah, that's
Once we have our flexible, once we have this dealt with, going and dealing with here, maybe a team there so that we kind of have that bridge more or less, at least an access point, right? We're not going to, we'll hopefully stop any real vehicle transport, but push come to shove, we at least have a footpath we can take to get the fuck out.
Is that directed to everyone, Sam?
That's correct. Sykes is asking that question.
He should. I believe he would. If he's a warlord, I think he'd go with his men to try to go make an example out of whoever did it. The brigadier was Brigadier Wu, which we might even be able to, if we can get talking with her, she might be able to pull her men to assist with this as well as an overall operation.
Yeah, that I agree with that. Like I said, that's
Well, with that, I was going to attach myself to the water plant. I think that is a spot that would definitely need oversight more than the other one of the bridges. In theory, I mean, if we want to, Hammer, if you want to come with to the water plant, we also have a plan to move depending on what the RMC expect the warlord to do.
Sykes is typing. Luke, have you been bringing him? You've been bringing him up to speed?
Tonight?
Yes.
No, I thought he was asleep. He should be asleep. I'm gonna yell at him.
he just messaged us, so
Here comes Sykes.
I'm glad he fell up to it, at least to engage.
Yeah. See what he says. To be honest, I was hoping he'd be asleep.
Oh, what we're covering and not worrying about stuff.
He had a surgery yesterday, so
Uh,
he'd be recovering.
Depending on the surgery, it's not too bad on the sleep that you need.
I don't know.
He got it on his face.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's sometimes though when you have surgery on anything, like I just had my arm done, you get tired of being,
I'm doing
Tired?
nothing.
of doing
Yeah.
absolutely zero. I was up all hours, it's like I'd sleep for 2 hours and I'd be up for a while, and I'd sleep for 2 hours, I'd be up for a while.
Yeah.
You can only watch so much TV.
I had surgery on my buttocks not too long ago, and I had to be couch bound. I had to lay on my side, like I
Oh,
couldn't sit
geez.
straight up or anything. And I was just weird hours, right? I might sleep until 2, be up till 6, sleep till like 12:30, go pass out at night. It just like your sleep schedule gets destroyed because you just get so bored. You have to find something to do.
Thanks, this post.
Yep.
So Sykes is all for deposing warlords, destabilization.
Yes. So, what's the plan, guys?
Blow things up.
Looks like that's it.
Blow things up then?
Okay, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. Get in the car!
All right. Why don't we set up? We got our scout team at the water plant in case.
Right.
We also set up near the compound to see if the warlord starts making a beeline for, leading his troops, which, is, he could go either way. He could be leading his troops to the water plant, or he could send the troops to the water plant where he stays back at the compounds where it's nice and safe. And the orbital will bombard the pyramid off the planet.
Oh. Well,
So that's my thought.
where are we going, folks?
What do you want to hatch yourself anywhere, Hammer? Luca, do you want to stay with one of the scout teams or be with one of the 5-mans, possibly on that flex position? Maybe deal with the other ships, deal with that other bridge.
I'll stay with the scout team. I make friends easily.
I'm assuming you didn't.
You want to stay with I guess the Hongshu Square spot, or do you want to go water plant so I can slot
I'll
it
go to the
properly?
square.
Square, okay. Hammer, do you want to go anywhere so I can type it up and then send the?
Well, like I said, if
Fine, young man. So for you.
I mean, maybe most beneficial might be the square for you.
yeah, because here's the thing: is I'm more interested to see if he's going to come out of the compound. So that might be a good spot for me up there, because if he does, then I've got a line on him where I can hit him from there. And if he doesn't, then I know he's in there, and we can always, make plans to go get him.
Okay. B, do you have any preference on where you'd like to be? Would you like to be with one of the 5-mans or with
Are
one of
we-
the teams?
We're trying to get to intelligence and hold it.
Well, we know the RMC, right? The Royal Marines, and however many resistance fighters they have, their goal is to take over the whole compound. So intelligence,
best
warlord,
And I'm
compound. It's like his little palace itself. That's their main goal.
And I'm sure there's resistance fighters from the Three World Empire and from the Chinese.
Yeah, we just don't know how
So
many.
we just don't know how many or where they're at.
Jeez Louise. All right,
They're
where would I
trying
be
to build
best
the
used
plan
then?
around ourselves. I mean, we have the
Right.
bridge by the barracks and warehouses between there.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
Sykes
maybe
is-
putting a 5-man team. If we put a 5-man team there, maybe
Okay.
with Sykes or someone, that would be, or even and maybe leave Vlad with the ships and the smart gun might be beneficial. Put a 5-man there and now I guess a 6-man there and a 6-man there might be very beneficial in the aspect of we protect our own ships, and oh shit, these guys are doing something and we necessarily maybe don't like what they're doing. Try to dissuade them from doing it or stop them from doing it if they start doing something too out there that we can't deal with later.
How many times
Mhm.
Posted it.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sykes just put up the post about forcing him to move hidey holes and take him out that way, or turn the shelter into his tomb. But that's what we're going to need to find out first, is when the action happens, what's he going to do? That's what we got to watch out for first.
So am I going with the 5-man team somewhere?
She's asking you guys.
Yeah, probably. I would say the I'd say Luca and I are at the square wait to keep an eye out for what comes out of the compound to go to the water plant. You got Theodore down there with his crew at the water plant to see who comes up. And we're on the lookout. Luca and I are on the lookout for the warlord, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so do we want to disband that other team then for there and just put those refugees in the other teams as well?
Bigger man than I am.
Instead of having you guys and two refugees, just you two guys?
Yeah, because if we got to move quick, we're not going to be able to drag around
Now the pit stop.
Yeah, let's
anybody with us.
Well, I just stopped worrying about motor boys stealing all of my stuff.
And like I said, we're going to need to have people put in reserve for taking care of any casualties that do come in.
Motor boys can kiss my ass.
But other than that, that's going to be after the fact kind of thing.
Right.
My bad, sorry, I didn't
And
realize I was hot micing.
I feel better not having as many of the refugees out there exposed as possible.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one.
Maybe they could be watching the bridges, making sure that if people are fleeing, that the civilians are getting through, but not combatants. But then again, how can you tell a combatant from somebody else in this mess?
All right. So you guys are split off into teams. Luca and Hammer are going to be over in the square. Watch,
Yep,
see if he comes up. I guess
just like old times.
so. I guess Luca would be providing your overwatch, basically security.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, or maybe even your spotter. All right. I got the plan, I think. So, are you still going to meet with them at 5 in the morning, Theodore?
Yeah, the plan was to still have that meeting so we can get more of the unknowns hashed out.
Okay. All right. So, with that said, let's move forward. And everybody's set up wherever they're going to be. So let's bring up that map. Can you clean that map off and just basically put everybody where they're going to be?
Yeah, let me do that. You want me to just annotate what people are going to be wearing?
Correct.
Okay, I'm just going to do colors. And then on the side, I'll put a little legend for you.
That's perfect. Who's in Sunflower Actual?
In the Discord, I posted the exact copy of what it is. It's a screenshot of what this teams are broken down into. If you need, I can also transcribe it onto that.
Sounds like you're feeling.
Because we're going to have to stealth in to get on some of these rooftops if we're going to try to do this for sure. All right.
Like it's done for the night.
did we want to have a team at that bridge over by the warehouses?
He's asking you guys.
Say that again?
Did we want to have a team at the bridge between the barracks and warehouses? Or do we want to have all of the rest of the people at the landing strip control tower area?
Mm,
Maybe. Uh,
team there.
yeah.
I see white. Another team, correct?
Yeah,
My family,
I color coded all of them.
all my
I was just adding that extra orange line because actual will also be dealing with the water plant explosive. And then we said what we were going to ask Sykes to do the bridge explosive.
we don't fit anymore.
Or he could just stay on the ship like Luca had said.
Okay. Yeah, he could stay on the ship. I mean, because we're gonna have to have someone. Oh, well, I think Luca was having him do the explosive, or recommending he do the explosive on the bridge
Got
because
it.
we still need this bridge blown
I have never.
in yellow. I guess did we want to
I
have
thought we
Sykes
were
do that?
blowing up both the bridges.
Well, we were talking about that, and then we were talking about, well, what if push comes to shove? We need to get back. We don't have a path. We'd have to go through the water at that point.
This sounds dumb, but can we like zip line across?
Got a zip line long enough. That's a kilometer.
Just keep that one bridge secure.
Here's
Yeah.
this is about a quarter of a kilometer, I think.
Why don't we keep the smaller bridge and blow up the big one?
That's the plan. The white is keep the exit, the yellow
Oh,
X is going to be
okay, okay,
explosive. But
I
I
see,
didn't
yeah.
know. Did you want to have? Were we talking about having Sykes plant the explosive and deal with it?
Yeah, Sykes is planting the explosives.
Keep planting the explosives on both or just one?
Just
The one that's going to be blown up.
just the one that's going to be blown up.
Okay, so that would be yellow or beige, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Matter is, I
There we
passed
go.
my daddy in
Can we call it Daisy?
You want to be Daisy instead of Sunflower? I just picked Sunflower because sunflowers follow wherever the light is, and we're about to blow shit up.
Sunflower. I thought sunflower was orange.
Sunflower, well, scouting teams, right? How it normally gets broken down. If you want, I can change it to Daisy. There's the main element, right? Of which, okay, all of these people are scouts, right? They all have share the same call sign, and then it goes that call sign actual, that call sign 1, that call sign 2, that call sign 3. Okay, all of these guys are free float or infantry teams. That call sign actual, that call sign 1, 2, 3.
Right, but so sunflower actual is orange, that's below.
Yep.
Sunflower one is in red.
Yep.
And then so the Sykes explosive is in yellow. Is that going to be tulip too?
No, Tulip 2. I mean, yeah, we could put it as Tulip 2. I just didn't come up with anything because I forgot about it. Not even gonna lie for a second, because Tulip 1's there, or we can even make him Sunflower 2, or
Okay,
Sunflower,
Or Daisy. How about just Daisy?
or Daisy. Yeah, we can make him Daisy. Let me do that real quick.
because we're going to break the daisy chain. Haha.
We are breaking the date. Easy actual. There you go. Down here. Down here. Down here is Sykes, not Sykes, Luca and Hammer, correct?
No, they are red. I am orange.
I'm just going to say.
Okay.
I know
You're orange. All right.
It's all posted in the Discord with the updated everything.
Jersey triggers irrational, but
Okay. All right. So after this meeting, you guys go on make your preparations, correct?
Yeah, correct. I'm looking around for any binoculars, stuff like that, spare radios to kind of hand out.
Sure. Do you take a nap before your 5 o'clock?
Yeah. After I figure out, okay, we have X amount of binoculars. Okay, here's binoculars for you. Here's binoculars for my group. And then immediately afterwards, sleep until about probably 3:30.
I believe there's 5 binoculars each team member or eyepieces. Time passes. Hammer, you doing anything special in that time before 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. in this case to wake up? What about you, B?
Just making sure that I have all my stuff together.
Okay. And
Mhm.
Luca, anything special?
Nope, I don't think so. I'm gonna check to make sure that all of our comms are working properly, though.
Of course. Okay, go ahead and roll contact while you're doing it.
Okay.
You think we'll need our like, is there gonna be any kind of weapon, like warfare stuff that we're gonna need our gas masks or something?
I don't know.
Hard to say.
It is-
Yeah.
Okay. So, night passes. Morning comes. You guys are all set up. You head out to grab your explosives package. Do you share what you guys are thinking to these Marines? Theodore.
He went to go make a bottle.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Tanya,
Yes, what is it? It's too bright.
they're done.
What even is it?
The rings.
The rings?
They're done. It's got a
Oh,
yeah, so that's it.
nice.
I'm dry.
Actually, while he's making a bottle, I'm gonna use the restroom and I'll be right back.
Luke, I mean, B stepped away. But I can't say this. While the time passes and you go out to the Marines, do you fill them in on what you guys are doing?
The Marines? Sam?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have, in a sense, either like sketched out like the rough, almost blueprint shape of it, and kind of bring it with us.
So they said, okay, so then we're gonna go back. We're just gonna attack the intelligence HQ and provide cover while you guys do what you do as far as your shot that you're gonna take. Um, yeah.
Um, the thing though is, how many additional people will be assisting you, or is it only your six plus you? No.
Us six and your people. We'll see what the.
What about the resistance within the city?
I'm gonna leave that to Shepherd.
Well, do we know roughly how many bodies it is?
No, I mean, who knows? The mob might rise up. I mean, there's probably a couple dozen, but that are dedicated and identified at least to us. But as far as the rest of the people, we'll see what they do. What else?
Is Stanley at the meeting, or my Shepherd? I mean,
Shepherd's not.
he's not. Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of lay out the map and be like, so this is our rough plan, right? We're going to leave one of those bridges up because we think that having an egress point would be the most beneficial.
Smart.
So the smaller bridge will be left up and standing. The larger vehicle bridge should be most likely be ended up destroyed.
Okay. So, a couple hours pass. What time do you guys want to do this?
I'd say we do this around night, dusk.
It does.
I think we should try to get a meeting with Shepard and see if he's mobilizing any people first as well. As well as, do we know of any dispositionary forces that exist? Do we know of any people as well, other like approaching it to snuff? Do we know any other folks that are trying to get rid of him that we might be able to also try to sway onto our side to assist? Maybe leaving some doors unlocked, or oh no, their car broke down, or whatever mode of transport they have broke down on the route that causes them to move their movement be slowed. This is also my way of trying to gauge if she knows about Brigadier Wu.
He does acknowledge that there are some resistance within the ranks of the warlord, but for the most part, they get their head down. Okay. All right. So let me think. Guards are on rotation. You guys are heading in and out. You want to meet with Shepard. Where do you want to?
Possibly with Wu, but Wu we can meet with Wu under the guise of with the guards with us. Do you know where we could find Shepard to meet with him? The pub,
Probably
somewhere else
the Lions Pub later in the day.
later in the day. Okay.
All right. What is everybody else doing? Is Theodore is getting ready to meet with, or wants to meet with Shepard, and is also trying to figure out where Wu is.
Waiting.
Okay. Hammer.
What's the go signal?
Good
I'm going to
question.
try to. I'm going to see if I can locate a spot where I can be at.
Little recon.
Yeah, rooftop, whatever that I can.
Okay.
Just wander around aimlessly, looking around, and
Okay. So you're able to find a tower there over we see where it says church? There in the bottom left. Or bottom right under the water plant.
yeah.
There's a tower there.
Okay, except I'm going to be up there by the square.
Oh, you're red. There's Sunflower One.
Yeah, that's Luca and Hammer as well.
Never mind. Over in the amphitheater.
It's a little far away.
It's 2 kilometers, right? So you want to be closer to that intersection, yes?
Yeah, probably be pretty good right there because I could see the.
This was a white dot. That's a guard station. Right here.
Okay,
That little white dot right there. That's a guard station.
okay.
The district. Let's see what would be here. That's beachfront. Those would be boats and everything. Right here.
I mean, if needed, they could flex. You guys could flex down towards the beachfront boat area, hide it within the boats themselves.
All right. Um, where do I go from here? Okay.
Every day.
All right. Quick. Time passes, you're in the Three Lions pub. You see Shepard sitting there. That's what you're doing. Hammer, you find there's a spot where the arrow's pointing right there, and you have line of sight. Even though it's about a kilometer away, maybe he
Okay.
comes to the intersection, you can pop him there. Luca,
Good.
you find a spot where you can provide security so nobody can come up. And
Okay.
then B, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for to move.
Sykes grabs the team and they start heading to the bridge and kind of figure out a way to get there before sunrise on this planet. They can set at least a few explosives up before sunrise. So they're doing that early.
We got our munitions, correct?
Say that again?
We were given the munitions we needed, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Explosives.
Yeah, I mean that was the first purpose of your meeting with him.
That as well as I would have does Snell have a radio? Something else to ask.
Yes, they do have a radio.
Okay, I was gonna say if you want to come up with a word, let me know. Maybe part of the passphrase so that I know when to cook off the water plant. Before I would have kind of started to head out, like had that little before heading out to the Three Lions.
Who's the on the lake? The name of the lake backwards.
Who's on? So the second word followed by first word.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Who's on? And he what was I gonna say? That's what she says, I'm sorry. And then you find Shepard in the Three Lions Club, explains to you that these are civilians. And as far as expecting them to act like a guerrilla force, not always the best, but we do have some people that are interested in participating in the turnover, as it were. But you're looking at clubs and sticks and pitchforks for that matter.
Well, any
Oh, that's a great idea.
anybody, I mean, is useful. I mean, what you could even have them focus on is maybe the smaller guard shacks. If they can jump those guards, they can get those weapons and maybe assist in a sense of the flow of traffic, or even having some of them maybe accidentally their mode of transport gets a little more busted up and is stuck in a spot that causes movement for the rest of the people to be slowed, so that reaction times are less than expected, than average.
All right. In the midst of all that, Luca.
Yeah.
Sykes calls you up to the bridge,
Yes, sir.
hands you a headset.
I put it on.
Brigadier Woe, good morning, Luca Gunny. How are you?
Doing fantastic. How are you today?
Great, please hold. And you hear a click. And then, this is Yanzi. Good morning. How are you today? Are you finding your time here well?
Yeah, it's great. The coffee's hot and the sun is sunning. How are you?
I'm good. When do you plan on going into the pyramid and getting what I need?
Mm. Yeah, the pyramid. That's a touchy subject. Considering we have no information on what's in there or how many things are in there or what it looks like in there, and seems like you don't have any of that information either.
Well,
And nobody that you put in there has come back out to tell us what it looks like.
I missed the last thing you said. Say again.
Oh, nobody that you've put in there has come back to tell us what it looks like.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you sound as if you doubt what I'm telling you right now.
Oh, no. It's just we're trying to find the best way to go in there so we can come back.
I see. So you're concerned for your safety.
Yes.
Oh, very well. Since you're so you're no longer interested in entering the pyramid, that correct?
Oh no, we're still going to go inside. We're just trying to find the best way to go inside.
I have not seen any of you go over there to look. I've seen your people walking around looking at different things and
Well, currently we're trying to find a way to extinguish the swarm, if you will.
what swarm are you talking about?
Mm. The xenomorphs
Those things that we placate.
that you feed. Yes, they replicate when they eat.
Do they now?
Yes.
We've not seen
So there's many of them,
we've not
and
replicated.
we're going to die very quickly.
We
So we're trying to find a way to extinguish them before we go inside.
I think I would prefer that you got what we needed in there before you would exterminate them.
Oh, well, we can't go inside without doing that. So we are at a standstill. It's a stalemate, as they say.
What is your plan for getting rid of them?
Right now, we're trying to disease them.
How would you disease them? They're pretty very, how shall we say, sturdy, hardy. I don't.
We have a few ideas that we're playing around with. So I know that you might see us just kind of walking around, but we're scientists at heart, us in the UN, you know. So we're trying a couple different things before we, just wander on in the pyramid of death.
I'm sensing some hesitancy here.
Well, would you like to go in?
I've sent people in there.
And they haven't come back.
That is correct.
Oh, okay. Well, we would like to come back.
Well, that would be good. I thought you were crack troops. The way you talk and the way you guys carry yourselves, as if you're some experts in things that we are not.
Oh, we are, which is why we're taking our time.
Well, we don't have time.
I'm sorry, was there something important happening that we're missing?
Well, I don't want to have to appease them again. That was my hope. Get the technology, do what you need to get rid of them.
Well, we're doing the best that we can, sir. I'm sorry, it seems like I have a little bit of a bad connection here. I'm gonna go ahead.
He cuts you
I
off.
need to restart our
Click. He
our
doesn't even do that.
systems here, and
He doesn't even do that with
can
you.
I hang up?
Nope. He doesn't even get you to give you the chance to do that. He doesn't play like that. Case, um, you do see a text message comes up or a message come up on the screen. 1 second.
Hey guys, we might be fucked.
I mean, he might die, so
Yeah.
I mean, hey, maybe we don't put a bullet in his head, maybe we put it in his leg and string him to the gallows, you know?
Now,
He
see,
said
I
maybe
suggested
make
that
him appease them.
when we first got here, I suggested that, and nobody liked that idea.
I mean, I did. I thought about putting a fucking bullet in his head at the gallows.
I straight up said that we should string him up as a sacrifice.
I was a little against it, but also because he needs to stand trial. I think if he stood trial and then did it, yes. Maybe a small jury of his peers, and AKA by peers I mean random people we pick from the street. Hey, did you like this guy? Yes, no. Okay, that's majority no. All right, string him up. A little fast and loose with the law, but the law's still got to be there.
What is that called? Citizen's arrest. There we go.
No,
Oh, the
we're technically
posse.
doing UN. We're technically doing UN peacekeeping missions.
Okay. So we got a message for all you viewers at home. that came through the May outpost in the comms. We don't appreciate the rudeness. We have been kind. Thank you for the visit. Please prepare to leave the planet and do not return. You have 6 hours. End message. I look over at Sykes and I'm like, why didn't you take that call?
He asked for you. You were the one that called Woo earlier.
Well, you know that I'm not diplomatic.
And you know that the real Sykes is not here, so the GM's gonna let the player do it.
Oh, God.
I don't know if you saw my message, Sam, but I didn't want to interrupt you. It was just me grabbing my team and moving towards the water plant as soon as I was done with that meeting. Literally, like, all right, cool, thanks, bye. Dipping out, grabbing them with the munitions and binos, and going over there. I rolled my check at mobility, agility for you. Then as I'm on my way over there, like if we're moving through like spots where we're no longer seen, I'm gonna try to call up, like if there's like in a sense, a group channel.
You're tied.
We're tied. That's what, a die 6, right?
Yeah.
Malcolm,
Okay.
we're gonna need a baseball bat.
Can you beat a 5?
I got a
Is that another die 6? A 4.
You beat me.
I knew it.
Okay. As we're like moving, once we're further away from people, I'm gonna, if there's like a almost like a group channel in a sense between everyone.
As you're moving, you're seeing the cameras are pointing towards the ship.
A camera pointing towards the ships.
Cameras are starting to point in the direction of the ship and the roads leading out of it.
The universe.
Okay, so they're getting more cameras on that pathway.
Right.
Okay. I will call up with the actually before I do that, can I roll investigation to try to follow those power lines in a sense and figure out where their junction box is
Sure.
if I needed to cut it. That's an observation.
Hold on to that. And Luca, what are you doing after the call and the message that you received?
I'm going to go over to Theo and put my hand on his shoulder and be like, how long is your insurrection going to take?
Theo's not there.
Where is he?
He's been at the Lions Pub, and then he just told us that he's out there with his team.
Oh, I'm gonna like beep him on his little beeper.
Okay.
1 success on that investigation check.
Hey Theo,
Yeah.
how long is your insurrection going to take?
Hopefully it should be over by the night.
Like this, and presses the off button and looks at Luca.
Yes.
You said what? Over an open comm?
It's not open.
Did you? Did you?
I rolled a 2.
A 2?
When you had me check the comms earlier and you never checked back with me, sir, on the comms.
All right, fine. It's crypto. It's crypto. You're good. It's crypto.
We can rewind the recording, fellow
No, it's crypto.
Marines. He never checked back with me on my comms roll, but I got a 2 success.
I just got 2 myself, but you're fine. Just because it was before, it's fine. So you have a secure communication lines with Theo. Go ahead. What were you telling him?
How long is your insurrection going to take?
Well, it should hopefully be by the time dusk hits and we cook off the water plant, should hopefully be a few hours, if not even that after.
Because I think that maybe the warlord might be kicking us off the planet in about 6 hours.
What time of day is it, Sam?
Morning.
It's morning currently? Because I thought you said you fast forwarded time because
Okay.
Shepard wouldn't be there until
Yeah.
later in the day.
Right.
Sorry.
Here, hold on. Let me roll some dice. It's noon.
It's noon? Okay, so by 6 o'clock. Well, I will try to get over if we can get informed Snell about that and the RMC. But something I need to ask you, and of course can get with the others if you're not the best at trying to convince her.
But if we can get Wu and whoever's loyal to her and getting rid of him on our side, it will increase our odds of making sure. We already have some resistance fighters who are going to get billy clubs and most likely try to jump some guard posts for further, fuckery, I guess is the best way to put it.
I will do the best I can.
Issue though is be careful. I know you and Hammer were going to be down by that amphitheater-ish residential area. They're getting more cameras pointed that direction. By the way, I rolled 2 successes. I don't know if you heard me, Sam, on or
Investigation, but we went into this, so I'm just following along with the flow.
yeah. I can try to locate their junction box and maybe cut them, but I feel like cutting that will immediately sound alarms.
Mhm.
So I think you just might have to be extra careful in that moving through that area. I'm currently on the move towards the plant to start prepping and getting everything in position for that.
Okay. So, hey, Hammer, what are you doing? We've already checked in with the other players.
If we know we got to speed this up, then I'm gonna get to my place that I picked and start getting set up if I can.
All right, so you're at your camp. And all right, set up, guys. Go ahead. I'm gonna follow along with you. You guys roll dice. We'll sit here.
I'm going to try to we know our comms are encrypted, but not to anyone else. Would I be able, perchance, to possibly put on like a three worlds, or at least attempt to encryption to try to reach over towards Snell,
Sure.
or at least kind of like beep 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 beep, like Morse code it over to her.
Sure.
That'd be a comlink, I'm assuming, or comtech, I mean.
Yep.
Do I lose or gain any dice?
No.
One success.
Okay. All right. So you're talking to her, and what are you saying to her?
This might need to be sped up by supper.
Okay.
Try about 1800.
Perfect. He's in. Okay. So it's 550, or in other words, 15. Oh no, 1800, 1750. You guys are all set up. You're in position. Sykes radio is in. He says, "Hey, I'm here." What do you guys do?
Did Luca get a hold of, or attempt to get a hold of Wu?
Yeah, I'm getting a hold of Wu.
All right. So what are you telling Wu? Wu picks up. Says, "Yes. What can I do for you?"
Hi. So how is your afternoon looking? Is it open?
I'm sorry. I'm confused. Open for what? You guys are getting ready to leave for our Xiangxi, yes? I don't see your engines running.
Yeah, we're still working on that.
I don't understand.
Hey,
Let me back up. At what point in the day are you contacting this person?
I figured it was right after I got off with Theo.
Okay, so right after you got off the you contact him, so it's several hours before that. Probably 5.5 hours from when you have to leave. Okay, so go ahead.
So, me and the crew, we've been talking,
Okay.
and we were wondering, um, while we're still here hanging out, if you have any friends that you want to get together before we leave, say goodbye.
I'm sorry, are you asking to have a cup of coffee with me?
Yeah, just you and a couple of your close friends with similar interests, since we got along so well the last time that we talked.
You're calling me on my line, asking to meet with me. My communications.
Yeah, and if you have any friends that have similar interests, because we all got along so well, and because we're leaving, we probably aren't ever going to see each other ever again.
So we can't just say bye here.
Well, I thought it would be cool if we went out to like the square and we, went out for like a bite to eat or something. That'd be cool.
Okay. What time?
Yeah, why don't I meet you in like a half an hour?
Okay. Meet you in the square in half an hour.
Yeah, bring your friends.
Bring friends.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. All right. What's next?
I'm just spending my time once I get there prepping, making sure my explosives are prepped, and then preparing to try to get into the water plant to find this spot to plant it.
Perfect. Okay. And B, what are you doing?
Getting into position, waiting.
Okay. All right. You go to the square, Luca, by yourself?
I'm gonna go there and meet. Well, Hammer is in the square too, but he is like on patrol, doing stuff.
Is that accurate, a hammer?
Well, I'm getting in my position as up where I could try to figure what I was going to, so I could keep an eye on everything.
Yeah, so I'm on the ground and I'm gonna talk to Wu and her friends,
Yeah.
like-minded friends,
Okay.
and be
I mean,
like, hey,
you said like-minded to me, but I don't remember you said just friends to her, correct?
I said like-minded friends that have with similar interests to
Similar.
her.
You would agree. That's correct. Similar interests. That's correct. Okay. All right. So you're sitting there, right? You come in the square. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Um, maybe you find a little cafe or something, open air cafe, little noodle shop, whatever that is. You're sitting there, and you're sitting there. And about maybe 15, 20 minutes after the time you're supposed to meet, you hear some engines and some vehicles, and you see a patrol car armed in front of another dark car. Behind that is another escort. This time it's a vehicle with a 50 on the top.
Technical.
They pull up. The General Wu comes out of the front right seat, walks around all the way around, opens the door. Xiangzi comes out,
Yeah.
and they all walk over, and they stand there, and he says, Xiangzi, is the seat taken?
No, please feel free to sit down.
Xiangzi sits down, and then General Wu sits down afterwards. Um, Guards are standing around, about four of them. And, he looks at the proprietor and says, bring the full. And Jiangzi looks at you and says, what is it that you wanted to talk about?
No, please let me buy you some noodles.
It's on us. Don't worry. So what is it that you would like to talk to us?
I appreciate that so much. And first, I just wanted to say I apologize for how I came off over the phone. I don't have a lot of people skills. You know what I mean?
That,
I'm not the diplomat
that
in the
seems
group.
accurate. That seems accurate because we were talking and you decided to cut me off with this thing about static or something. I don't understand.
I get nervous. And that's a me problem. It's not you, it's me. I get anxiety
Well,
sometimes, especially over the phone, because I can't like look at people and talk to them with the hand gestures and it gets complicated. I apologize about that. I wanted to, invite you out and have a bite to eat and tell you I'm sorry in person. And
by me, you invited Wu.
well, yeah, because I told her to bring her friends and you were included.
No, I was not included. Now, I think Wu said to you, you're contacting her on her communication lines. I think she said that. And
Well,
you were very clear, bring her and some friends that are with similar interests. Not sure what that means, but I am her commanding officer.
well, yeah, did I not, was that not clear?
No, no. I think
Oh,
being clear is clear.
okay. Well, that's again I'm not,
Do me a,
I'm,
do me a favor. Could you put your firearm there on the table?
yeah, of course, no problem. And I lay it down.
Will collects it and keeps it in her lap.
Okay. As I was saying, um, what we're trying to do and what my idea was, as I was saying, trying to infiltrate the pyramid and rid ourselves of the xenomorphs before we enter to get to the gate. Um, we're trying to infect the xenomorphs with spores.
Mhm.
And I take the spore sample that I collected earlier out of my go bag and present it in front of Zhao and say, see, I brought a sample for you. And can I roll something to make it a little more convincing with what I'm saying is
In other words, you want to roll command
okay. I'm gonna
Is
push
there any
that.
or manipulation, either one.
is there any possible way I can get a shot lined up on this?
Ooh, I got one success. I got one. Okay.
Good try, Mr. Hammer. I have 3 successes. Okay. What's your shot, Hammer?
Well, I want to get set up so are they at like at an outdoor cafe or something like that? Or I doubt that considering.
That is exactly what I said.
We're at a noodle shop.
So
An open
if
air
I've
cafe
got
is how he described it.
if I've got an opportunity to take the warlord out right now, I'm going to take it.
Shot.
Bro, I'm like shaking. I did not plan for this.
You know what they say about plans? They don't survive first contact.
Like I said, you can make every bad decision and still have a thing be a success. All right, so what's my range on it, Sam?
Uh,
Because
good.
I want to get it set, I want to get set up, I want to get lined up, I want to get a bead on her, and then I want to get an aim on her.
100 meters. And
All right. Damn, no stress. That's terrible.
when you say her,
The warlord, sorry.
oh, Jiangzi. Okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming they're all female. My fault. Let's see. So 7, 11, 13.
Jiangzi is definitely a male.
Okay. All right. One shot.
Don't miss your chance to blow.
Oh, hallelujah. All right. And we're gonna push.
Oh God.
All right. Not my best, but take it.
What you got?
6.
6 successes?
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Not your best.
Not your best.
Okay.
No.
All right. So, um, clean. As you're sitting there, Luca, you see his head explode. Okay. Hits to the side of the head, and then this part of the head just falls out and falls over. Woo, gets up, points a gun at your face, Luca. And then the guards are looking around and they're like trying to look in the direction of where the shot came. Can't find it. I
I
would
put my hands up.
I would guess that Theodore, I'm not Theodore, Tammer would have ducked down at this point and was hiding.
Oh yeah.
And she looks at you, throws the firearm in your chest, and says, "You're all fools," and calls her guards, tells them to get in the vehicle and take the body with it, and they all just leave the mess on the ground, the blood and everything, and they take them away, and they drive off to the compound. That was your
I touch my little earpiece. I'm covered in like brain chunks,
pretty
and
much.
I'm pretty sure the noodle guy is screaming. And I touch my little earpiece, and I'm like, "Hey, Theo,
Yeah.
um, something fun just happened.
Okay. That would be.
Um, well, I don't think you have to worry about Zhao anymore.
Okay, why? Did you like convince him that we don't need to be kicked off the planet and we can take our time?
Well, his brains are in my noodles.
God damn it. How much time has passed, Sam, from me? Like, how long did it take me to get to my spot and then start prepping my explosives?
Time that you two talked. Approximately an hour past that time.
Okay, so not even fully in position and like ready to set up. Okay. All right, so fuck. Give me a moment. I'm gonna click off the comms with her and immediately click to Snell and be like, shit fucking popped off. Who's on? Needs to happen way sooner.
What? Wait. And Snell's like, wait, what? What? What's going on?
Zhangji's dead.
Okay, wait. Hold on. How's Sanji dead?
Someone took it upon themselves to shoot him at a noodle shop.
So we don't have to do anything.
We don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I still think that you need to mobilize and be ready.
That ready
Start
is
making you ready.
ready is a good idea. Mobilize, I don't know, because now everybody's on high alert and everybody's going to be looking. So I think we're going to go back to our hidey hole and wait. Because it might just turn really ugly really fast because somebody may want to find who the shooter is. And you guys are the strangers. So we're gonna go hide for a little bit.
If you want, if you don't want to hide where you're at, if they come looking that direction, we're at would you say that's the first or fourth landing strip, Sam?
They know where you are.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna tell them about a maintenance hatch. You might be able to get there and try to get on board our vessel and hide there.
We'll put it into consideration. Out.
All right, out. And then I'm gonna click back to Luca.
Hello.
Yeah, Snell's out. They're hiding now.
Okay.
They said we might not have to worry about anything, but also they're gonna be looking for whoever fucking did this. Fuck. I'm not even in position. Water plant was nowhere near ready. Um, what do, I guess we try to pull back to the vessel. I'm not even sure at this point.
Well, and I'm like picking pieces of brain off of me while I'm talking to you. I will tell you what. Since I'm in the area, I'll head over to the warlord compound, seeing as how our friend is now dead, and see if there's anything relevant I might be able to gain, and I'll meet you back at the ship.
Sykes jumps in and says, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
I was about to say you said he died in front of you. I'm surprised you're still alive. To be honest, I mean I'm glad, but so very surprised you're still alive in the first place. If he died in front of you, I'm surprised they didn't just say, "Okay, you're the fucking one who did this. You're either coming with us or you're dying here on the spot." That might not be a smart plan. Going there by yourself, it's most likely going to end up with you maybe at those gallows, or you dead on the spot, or you arrested. I'm not fucking sure. Right? I was hoping for this plan. Maybe we had to speed it up a little, but a plan nonetheless. This kind of throws, I wouldn't even say a fucking wrench. I feel like they took off half the gears.
Well, I invited Wu, and she brought him, and Hammer had a really good shot.
Sykes said, "You know what? Bring that back to the ship and talk about it in person, please."
Okie dokie. And
Will
I
do.
click off, and I don't know where Hammer is, but I like kind of throw my hand up in like an okay symbol and like a let's go point, and I just start walking back towards the ship.
Okay. Good place to pause, guy.
I'm assuming I get called back as well because I'm kind of out there. Okay.
You guys call B.
Well, I assume if Sykes was in on the comms, then
I'm
probably
not
B would
calling
be.
anybody.
I'm assuming
So
since
should
if
we?
Sykes was in, it was probably a group comm that was encrypted.
Yeah,
So we're not gonna just stay in position and just hold.
right.
We're gonna all be called back.
It's like, yeah, come on back, guy. Luca, are you just gonna walk openly or are you gonna stealth back?
I I feel like a majority of people have already seen me covered in guts.
It's not gonna answer my question. Are you gonna walk openly or are you going to stealth back?
I'll try and stealth.
All right. Stealth back.
I'll do my best. Let me roll for it.
By the way, you have a point of stress from watching this person get shot.
I would say so.
Oh, and Theodore,
Yes,
point of stress.
probably for the plan blowing up in his face.
I
I expected as much.
I actually got 2 success for
Okay.
stealthing.
So, you are walking along, and a couple of guards come running in the direction that you were and are looking for somebody that was sitting in that chair as you bounce out of it.
That's wild. I wonder who they're looking for.
And you hear sirens.
I'm assuming I also hear sirens.
Everybody hears sirens.
Is it like city lockdown? Would the investigator tell me if it's city lockdown sirens or what?
You lock down sirens.
Okay, so I don't even need to roll to understand. I'm gonna annotate the path I'm taking. It will be in orange.
Yep. All right. So eventually, you get back there, Mr. Theo. Luca gets back there, and Mr. Hammer, roll stealth. Tell me where you're going.
I have 3. I was ready for that.
All right, and
I pushed on it too, but I got 3.
all right, B,
Yes,
running back, or are you going stealth?
I'm going stealth. I'm assuming something's popping off. So,
Okay.
and it is a 2.
First person who gets back is B. She's the closest one, I think. B, you see several guards milling about the ship now. It's not just 2, it's several. They're standing there looking around for you guys. Your ship is in the open, on an open pad, sitting there. What do you do?
Do they see me yet?
Asking you what you're doing.
All of us?
I
Her.
am going to not let them see me. I'm going to wait until I see other people.
All right. So, Theodore, you come around, and I mean, I know that once you were done with the call, you're like, going back.
Yeah.
You see the same thing. See several guards milling about the ship. Uh, Luca, you come up from a different direction, from the east or south, excuse me, and you see them, boom, milling about. Now, at this point, B, Luca, and Theo, you are on the other side of the bridge where the pads are. Okay?
So we're
Okay?
at
Are we?
we're at White, or we're at the actual landing strips themselves.
You're before the landing strips, but you can see there are several guards milling about the ship, back, front, side, and both sides. Um,
Are we together, or can we? Are we just within the distance of being able to see each other?
several meters apart. You guys came from different directions, and you hunker down. Hammer. By the time
Yes.
you make it to that small bridge, the one that was white,
Yeah.
that side of the bridge, the mainland side of the bridge, is now blocked with two guys and a vehicle. What do you do, Hammer?
How wide is the river there?
Quarter kilometer? Yeah, that's a quarter. No,
No,
it's
I mean, if I'm up there, like right by the bridge, I mean, how far is it across, like going straight across the water there, a couple hundred yards? Because that's 1 kilometer per big square. So,
that is you're correct. So yeah, it's a couple. Let's see that little bit.
820 feet is a quarter of a kilometer.
Yeah, so that's right here. That's a quarter right here. So it's half of that. So half of a quarter. So
so an eighth of a kilometer.
400.
Okay. Is it below? Is the water level below land level, or is it like
The bridge
like a
up and over and then down. So it's above.
okay? So it's so the river is even with the surrounding land masses.
It,
It's not like a deep gorge or anything like that.
it's a small elevation to go over and then down.
Okay. Because what I'm thinking about doing is not necessarily hitting the bridge, but swimming across the damn river.
Yeah, it's not like the bridge over by Giant Eagle on snow. It's not like that. It's actually elevated. So you have to go up and over and down.
Okay.
Think 40 overpass over ridge.
Okay.
All right. So right now, Hammer's on the mainland where it says warehouses side. Luca was coming from this way.
Now I have one other question for you, Sam. Was there any way to differentiate Wu's people from the warlord's people, or were they all in the same uniforms, right?
We're all in the same uniforms.
Okay. So there's no way to really differentiate them.
Not right now. So over here, this way, somewhere, Luca. B is over here somewhere, and then Theodore and his people are over here, and you guys can see all the thing. So with that said, I think this is a good place to pause for next week. See what happens.
Okay.
All righty.
B, did you have fun?
Yes.
Luca,
It was unexpectedly, yes.
Theodore.
Yeah, just didn't expect the plan to blow up that quickly. I expected it to at least kick off and then blow up, but not blow up before it even, like, hours before it was to kick off.
And Hammer.
Oh, I always have fun with this.
All right.
It had to go though. I mean, there was no, we weren't going to be able to wait around for it.
Now, I'll say this much. Hammer set it up himself. He took that opportunity. You know, I don't take offense to this, Luca, but I don't think you intended for that to happen.
No,
No, she didn't.
Hammer,
in no way, shape, or form did I
But
think
that's why I set up. But
that.
that's part of the reason why I set up early.
Hammer's like,
I'm waiting on a
Like
way
this
for.
bitch.
I'm waiting. Oh, no, it's the whole thing. I was talking about. As soon as he gets into the open, I'm gonna take him out.
well,
Well, guess what?
I'm gonna tell you this, Luca. On the 6th, she was gonna shoot you.
What?
It's the same reason that Theodore said, "You're here." So, but think about this. You show up. You're trying to set up this thing, and then you show up, and there's Zianzi. Then Zianzi gets hit. You're the only thing that they can point the finger at.
Yeah.
Surprised you're
Problem
alive completely.
problem with that was Wu would have been the next one.
So Wu made a choice, threw the gun at you, and said, "You're a fool," and took off. Now, whatever happens after that, maybe Wu gave you a head start. Maybe.
I'll be fine.
I don't know.
The dice have killed me so many times in this game. Okay. Like there is no
I mean you to think of this, okay? Think of it this way. How many stories have we heard where a mob boss is taken out and then the lieutenants come looking for the person that did it? Even though they're going to fight over control, they still have to do what they do. Otherwise, they look weak.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
they have to keep up appearances.
It's
If
all
I go out, I'm going out, and everyone's coming with me.
Fuck you, I'm living in the woods at that point.
Not you guys. You guys can stay on the ship. Everyone else is coming with me.
all right.
heard that somewhere else recently.
I will call next week. And hopefully Sykes will feel better and we can have him here so he can go, what the fuck just happened? All
You
right.
can see the video recording too, yeah.
All right. I'll see y'all next week.
You
All
know,
right, bye
I
guys.
All
Good
right.
night.
I feel like it was a good
Nighty-night.
plan initially. All right.